Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy CrabLord back again with another video. Today we're going to be doing another Lil Nas vocal effect, okay? And I know I did it recently. He just released an EP in which one of the songs titled Rodeo had a really cool vocal effect that I wanted to cover for you guys today. This one was more fun to do because it's not a regular vocal you hear all the time, but it's very simple to do. Anyway, before we get in the video, make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, notification bell as well, so you never miss a video that I post. Also, make sure to check out my description down below where you can see all my preset packs, all the equipment I'm using as I speak, all my social media, all my old music that I used to post, and then a DistroKid link to get 5% off your sign up so you can put your music on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Napster, iHeartRadio, all the other ones that most people don't know about. Anyway, Lil Nas X, Rodeo. Let's get in the video. As you can see, unlike myself, I have it recorded already, but instead of playing it, we're gonna delete it and then redo it. So pull this up here and we're gonna record the song, and shout out to Diamond Style for reproducing this track. It sounds perfect. Here we go. Yeah. Alright, so if you enjoyed that vocal, let me show you how I got it. So we have the vocal right here. Let me create a dry track just so we're talking on nothing. So I'm bringing it right below the effect track. And as you can see, there's a ton of plugins here and there's none here. What we're gonna do is bring them over slowly and explain why we got them. So one of the most important plugins is to use pitch correction. Unless you can sing perfectly on key, 100% perfectly, which not a lot of people can. So we're gonna pull it over. It's hard to say how to use it because it depends on the key of the beat. So pitch correction, mono. So basically the root and the scale all depend on your beat and the key of that beat, or the key you're singing in. So just know you need a 0 response time, and I have a low range for this effect. It could be normal or low, just depends the range you're actually singing in. Just know you need pitch correction with 0 response. Oh. Next we got the compressor. So in a compressor you got dynamics, compressor, mono. So right now we're inside of it. You want to start off by clicking vintage FET. And you're gonna get the one that looks like this. What you want to do is click auto gain off to start. And we're gonna make this one very compressed, very thick if that's the right term. We want the needle to stick between -10 and 0. As I talk as loud as I can, it doesn't pass it. So we got a threshold of -33. The ratio is 3.5 to 1. Normally I don't go over 3, but this is an effect, so I don't really care as much. Make sure auto gain's off. Then we have a makeup of 10 dB because we took away 10. As you can see as I talk, -10. The knee I don't change is 0.7. The attack is 98 and the release is 210. Doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about that. And then a hard distortion. All this is unchanged. You close that out. Next we have a channel EQ to clean it up a bit. EQ, channel EQ, mono. Very important, one of the most important plugins. This one's a little exaggerated on the high end. I actually took away a decibel right here on the gain, so let's put it to 0 to show what I did. Basically I took the red and I brought it to about 160, 164 exactly. And then I just closed it all the way by clicking the dot and then pulling it all the way closed. Then I made a little shelf here with the orange guy. I grabbed him. I took him to 200 and I dropped him -5. Then we grabbed this lime green one. Took it to 500 and dropped it 4.5 dB with a 1.4 width. The width is created by clicking the dot and extending it, 1.4. And then drop it 4 or 5. We basically used almost every single one, so we got this green one right here. We took it over the 1K to 2K area, which is 1420. Could be 1500 if you want. Just try to get the middle. Then raise it +2 with a 0.3 width on it. Next we got a little wild, so we took the blue. Take it around 5K. I have it at 5500 and raise it 6 dB, and it has a 0.33 width on it. It's covering a lot of space and it's wide. Lastly, we have the purple. Lastly, we have this purple one. Took it above 10K, 8 dB with a 1 width. So we really exaggerated the high end and took away the lows. And then because we raised so much, let's go -1. Take the gain to -1. And if you couldn't follow me there, you can simply just copy every setting I have underneath, and you'll get exactly what I have. Next, we have one of, if not the most important plugin in this whole strip, is the flanger. Pull it over. You can hear what just happened to my voice. Modulation, flanger, mono stereo. When you're inside of it, you want to click the top bar and go down to the preset notch flanger. The rate's at 0.333. The intensity is at 20%, the feedback's -65%, and at the mix, it is 65%. Close it, okay? I'm gonna close that off just because I don't want to explain things with that effect on. Next, we got that auto filter. Pull it over. Filter, auto filter stereo. We got a user default, which means I created it myself. We have a 100% cutoff. I think 100% cutoff might mean it's not even working at all, but oh well. But I have a 100% cutoff. The resonance is at 70%, spread 0.02, envelope 50, pre-filter 16, post-filter 28, dry signals at 70, and I believe that's all I did. I just like to believe that I did something, but who knows. Next we have the chroma verb. I'm sweating, man. I wanted to get some pre-reverb on it, and it's pretty ugly. It sounds pretty bad, but reverb, chroma verb, stereo. I just really descended. Inside of it, we have the room. It starts at room. We're gonna leave it there. Basically, what we want to have is 100% dry, a 65% wet. The distance is at 50. Decay is at 2 seconds. 60 size, 60 density. And then just grab these little things and just make sure you can only see a little bit of the blue and all of the purple. Have it all the way up like that. I can't really tell you how to do that. You can just kind of grab these and move them. So it's kind of easy. Close it out. Okay, next we have the multipressor to crisp the vocals up a bit. Multipressor, one of my favorite plugins to use. Dynamics, multipressor, stereo. What we want to do first is space them out. So on the 1, make it 160 by grabbing it and pull it to 160. Take the 2, make sure it's 1100 right below. And then take the 3 and make sure it's a 6300. Now you got the width set up. You can make the 1 all the way down to -20. Take the 2, drop it down 1 dB. Take the 3, raise it 1.5. And take the 4 and raise it 5 dB. So it makes it crispier. We didn't change the output. And we close it. And then the last plugin of the whole strip is a Space Designer. We're not using a bus for this, so we're going straight up Space Designer. So pull it over, reverb, Space Designer, stereo. Because it's directly in the plugin strip, it has to be a lot less intense than in the bus. So we got a 2.2 second stage plate, which is found in large plate, 2.2 second stage. The wet's at -14 and the dry's at -2, 100 to 100, X over 300 hertz, and then we didn't change anything else. And then we close it. And guess what? With all those plugins activated, you get the effect. So we're done. Check this out. Wasn't that just delightful? Let me show you a cool trick right now. Because that was only the chorus, I'm going to be freestyling with a normal vocal. Let me show you how you can get a normal vocal just out of what we just created. Create your new dry track. And what you can basically do is drag over each one that isn't really effect based. So look, pitch correction, bring it over. Compressor, bring it over. Channel EQ, bring it over. Auto filter, bring it over. Multipressor, here it is. Space Designer, that's over. But make it dry at 0 and then bring this down a lot. And then we can drop the volume to make it cool. So then you have kind of like a normal vocal for the verse, I guess. It's not based on the song, but it's just based off what we created here. So it's pretty easy to do. We'll make that verse. I just realized I misspelled dry. So we got Rodeo vocal and we got the verse. And now that we covered all that, now let's freestyle with it and enjoy what we have just created.
We would create a vocal and we would freestyle as best as we could.
If I took you everywhere, then well, you would know how to walk. If I spoke on your behalf, then well, you would know how to talk. If I put on my shoes right before I put on my socks, I would be walking through the mud and then I'd get you on my cock. And then I stole all of your stuff. You would call on no police and said this bitch has had enough. He just took all of my shoes and then he peed on my front porch. He just sat inside my chair and then he lit up a torch. I just ran around and then I pooped all on the floor. Your bitch came up to me and said, baby daddy, I'm a whore. I said, this freestyle is going way too long, I don't know when. Just to stop it, there's a fruit fly right above my head. Well, Well, that's about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed that video as well as learned something as well. Make sure to drop a like down below and leave a comment. Tell me what you think and what I should do next. Like I said before, make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Notification bell as well. Also check out my description. So many sweet things on there that'll help you and me at the same time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a CrabLord. How to sound like Lil Nas in the song Rodeo. In Logic Pro 10 using only stock plugins. And like always, I love you.